Here we are, third spot of our trip of the season. Just getting ready to load up, pack in, see if we can't get some elk bugling this time. Dylan's getting ready, but hopefully we're in a completely different area, and hopefully
we're in a completely different area.
No. We are in a completely different area. Hopefully the elk are going to start bugling. Things have cooled down a little bit. Weather's starting to get a little cooler. Not good for us because Dylan and I are weenies when it comes to being cold at night. This looks like a good area to run around in for a couple days. Same thing as before. If we are in here for a day or two and we absolutely hear nothing, there's no reason for us to stick around, and we'll have to figure out something else.
So we've been doing the same thing here that we've been doing everywhere else. A bunch of really old tracks, but nothing fresh and no noise. So see how far we get in here, and hopefully at least one thing makes noise.
So we might have just ended up with a bugle behind us. It was far away, but we're not sure if it was a hunter or we're just hearing things. Dylan and I want to hear an elk so bad that we could be.
It sounds like it's coming from that way.
I just heard it. We just both heard it again.
Do you want a bugle?
Don't know
or do
if
you want to just try to cow call?
I'm gonna try a bugle, see what happens.
Do a small one.
But it's a ways away, so I don't know. So maybe what we should do, maybe we should go back to where we were sitting, work our way up the hill, because the wind seems like it's blowing this way a little bit.
Alright, that's the plan.
Well, this is just a great example of how our month's been going. Dylan and I thought we got 2 bugles coming back from where we were walking, and now we head back there and we can't get another bugle if we wanted one. It's just a frustrating month of walking and walking and walking and wanting to hear something so bad. And then when you do hear it, you go back to it, and then nothing. It just all of a sudden ends. So we've set up shop down the road from where we were at, towards the direction we thought the bugles came from. It's not that late. I mean, sun's starting to set a little bit, but we're gonna set up shop here for a little bit and hopefully catch another bugle. And if we do, then we can make a move. But 2 bugles, and that was it. Dylan and I might also think it's a hunter. We don't know. It's to the point now where we want to see them when they're bugling, or at least have them bugle and then have them walk up on us and we could see that it's an elk. It's just a frustrating month. So Dylan and I have been sitting here for about an hour. About an hour after we heard those bugles. And we're coming to the conclusion now that it was some hunters. It had to be. Because since we've been sitting here, we've been cow calling, doing a little bit of bugling, and no answers, no responses. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they heard my cow calls. I think it was just some hunters that were bugling themselves, trying to get some answers. The sun's starting to go down, so I think Dylan and I are going to work our way back down lower to where the open meadows were. It's getting a little bit cold in here, and we're not set up to handle this cold real well, even though we've got a bunch of the gear. So I think what we're going to do, we haven't heard anything, so it's probably just going to be best if we go back to the truck tonight, figure out a new plan, and head off tomorrow. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit here for a little bit longer, maybe walk out just as it's getting dark, get some food, and then try again tomorrow.
On our last resort for the night.
This is a perfect way to start out the next day of our hunt. I don't know if you can see, but
Got a blizzard rolling in. And it does not look like it's gonna stop anytime soon.
No. Wind's picking up. It's gonna be hard to hear cow calls. I think we're gonna have to find a nice spot just to hunker down for a little bit, see what happens with the snow. He's still got the velvet just dangling off. Yeah. Michael. Oh, I wish we could see that. Yeah. I wish I had a moose tag.
Keep going up the trail, buddy. Jeez, dude.
Damn.
Oof. Stop. I'll punch you in the throat right now, fat bitch. At least we saw something. It didn't echo at all.
That means it didn't travel very far. This is how our season's been going.
Doing all this just to get standing water in our shoes.
Doing it to get wet.
Well, we were cold all day from that snow and that rain this morning. We did end up finding a little bit of fresh sign. It's probably like last night, but we spent our day up by, what was it? Oh, Maggie's Nipple. Okay, I'll pop the picture up right here because we're not kidding. The little peak was called Maggie's Nipple for some reason, but that's where we found the fresh sign at. Thought it would pay off, definitely didn't. So we have no idea what we're doing next. We have absolutely no clue. We think we're going home for the night and then we'll figure something else out, maybe something close around the house, but it's not looking good. Haven't heard anything or seen anything, so it's been a pretty rough season for the miles we've been putting in.
All right, here we are, area number 4. Just walking in to get a afternoon hunt in. Hopefully, we've been like a broken record. It's the same thing over and over. Trying to get in here so that we can be kind of ready and hopefully hear some elk bugling. This area we're in's not huge, but it's not small either. And we're just hoping that maybe somehow it'll hold an elk or two. So we've been hiking for about a mile. This mountain gets pretty steep. I don't know how well you can see it, but the mountain gets pretty steep. So we just decided that we'll take a little bit of a break, sit here, see if we can hear anything making noise, and then we'll keep on moving. But talk Dylan. Tell Dylan to stay level going around the mountain. What does he do? Go straight up the mountain. I don't understand why he does it, but he'd rather walk straight up than go across the hill. Like, I don't get it. Here in a couple minutes, if we don't hear nothing, we're gonna move in a little bit deeper, small area that we're in. I don't know if I said that earlier. Small area, so we don't have a lot of miles to cover, but it's huntable space. And with the way this whole month is gone, it's better than nothing. Well, we got to the top of the mountain. Dylan's over there sitting. I'm sitting over here. This is what our view is. There for a little bit, the wind stopped blowing. But of course, I go to film and it starts blowing again. But we've walked all the way up to the top of the mountain. Figured we'd try to work on what's down below us in the valley. There's a little meadow with some water running through it. But we only got about an hour left. Sun's starting to set. We figured this would be the best spot to sit and wait out that hour. Kind of like we've been saying the whole season. Haven't heard any bugles, haven't heard any calls, haven't heard anything. But we'll spend the next hour sitting here just kind of listening, making some calls here and there just to see if another animal or something calls back. Nothing's changed, it's still the same thing. 4 units, 4 different spots. And it's all the same. No bugle, no elk, nothing.
For one, we got ourselves a photographer over here taking little plain B-rolls. And for two, this might be one of those good spots like to save for when the rut's happening. You think? Might. Because it's not a bad area. It's just there's no elk in it like there's no elk anywhere else that we've gone. Yeah. It might be one of those save spots.
I'm thinking that sunset is, what, 15 minutes away?
Yeah, I don't have my phone. We got 15 minutes till sunset. It's cold.
It's getting kind of cold up here. And as Dylan said, we haven't heard nothing. And we got a walk, but it should be easy because we just have to go over the top here. And then it's straight down to the truck.
Oh, yeah. Wind hasn't been blowing, and now it's going to start blowing again and get cold.
Yeah. It's been okay since the wind wasn't blowing, but... And there's a crow over here that keeps making noise, but that's all we've heard. So, I think it's time we call it quits for today. The 4th unit that we've come to, no go. This year just wasn't our year. We might have one more weekend, we don't know yet. We're still trying to decide on that.
Bears are out here digging, trying to get put on t-shirts.
Just on our way out, walking out. This bear tore up things pretty good. Pretty sure it's a bear, I mean...
There ain't no elk here to do it.
He's trying to get down to them roots. Today is the very last day of archery season. It is September 30th, and Dylan and I are on our way to, I believe it's number 5. I think it's going to be the 5th area we've been to this season. Since it is the last day, we're only going to be up here for the day or a couple hours, however long it takes. Hopefully we can get it done today. Like I said, it's a new area, so we're not exactly sure what's going to be happening with the elk, if they're going to be making noise or not, or even if we're going to see any sign. Hopefully we can get into some fresh sign, hear some bugling, just something. This season's been so difficult, so rough. Well, we made it to our spot where we're going to hunt today. Leaves have started to change. Everything's starting to change a little bit. But we just pulled into the spot where we parked, and right away we've got some elk poop.
it's old. I mean, a couple days old. That's kind of a little bit better than what we've been seeing every other place that we've been going. But we got here a little later than I wanted to. It took us a little bit longer than it should have. Just with, we weren't sure where we were going. But we're all packed up. I'm ready to go. Dylan's getting ready right now. And we're going to take our bows for a little bit of a hike. See if we can't hear some elk. Maybe see some elk. It'd be really nice to get a shot off too.
Well, things are looking up a little bit more than they have in the past units. I just came across this. And yes, I put my finger in it to smell it. And it smells like elk pee. So, and I've been seeing quite a few more tracks. It's actually been fairly nice to see. There's another spot I was looking at that I saw a really fresh track. And it was really clear in the dust. So the wind hadn't blown over it or anything. So hopefully Dylan and I got a good shot today. First bugle of the day to hear nothing. Makes sense. Well, this is what it's come down to. We are now walking in some of the nastiest trees that we've walked in all summer, or all season. All summer, all season. This stuff is thick. Down timber everywhere. Aspens are nice. It's nice walking in the aspens. Yeah, there's no down trees. Yeah, no down trees in the aspens. But this stuff is just thick. And it crisscrosses and you're walking off on the logs instead of on the ground. But look at this view. So we're about a mile in. About a mile.
With the 1,000-foot elevation gain.
Yeah. And we've bugled, we've cow called. Now we're kind of sitting up on top of this little ridge right here. And nothing. Well, we came to this little spot. We found this little overlook. Could see quite a way. But there is a road over there. So we kind of just sat down, ate lunch, spent a little time here. Did a little glassing. Not seeing anything. Not hearing anything. It's a broken record. That's what we've been saying this whole season. But it also looks like clouds are building up. Things are getting a little dark cloud-wise. So I think we need to kind of pack up. It's what, 2:30? Pack up and start heading back towards the truck, I guess. Work our way back to the truck, making calls and see what happens.
You probably can't see me because I can't turn my wrist, but we heard something that sounded like a hound dog just a minute ago. We have no idea what it was, but it was right after we bugled. So we were trying to catch it again, but I don't know what it was, so. Well, this was a disappointing season to say the least. I'd say it's probably our most disappointing season we've ever had. Me personally, I didn't see any elk. Bailey said he saw those cows that very first day of our packing. But other than that, I didn't see a single elk, and our first weekend, that bugle might have even been a hunter. I have no idea. So like I said, I think we chalk that up as our most disappointing season. I don't know what we could have done differently. Probably could have put in a couple more miles in certain spots, but
A couple more miles. Did a little bit more research into the areas we were hunting.
I mean, we got some scouting in, I guess. So that helps us out for next year when we do over the counter. We have 5 areas that we know what they look like, and if the rut's going, the elk will probably be there. But have no idea what happened. But
the most difficult and most frustrating season we've ever had.
Just taking the bows for a walk. That's it. There's not gonna be any more hunting this year unless we go get over the counter rifle tags, because we didn't draw our deer tags. So that kind of sucks, but guess that's it. So if you guys could hit that like button, comment as well, and subscribe, we really appreciate it. You guys have been going crazy with the views lately, so thank you guys for that. Same with the subscribers, really crazy the past couple of weeks. So we really appreciate it, but I guess we'll see you guys next Wednesday.